Okay, so we've come down the main drag there from the road, and there's the building there we just went through. And so now we're going to cruise down into the campground area. So we just walked through that building. That's actually like an old trailer that's been enclosed by that, and then the rest of that's the original campground facility, the showers and a little cafeteria. Some value to it, but ultimately a lot of work could be redone on that. Of course, that's the big rock face you see from the restaurant, and that road goes below the restaurant. Come down into the camp space here. And so what's the total, both properties total about what, 11 acres or something like that?
Listen, it's 11.4 and 4.5.
11.4 on the campground side, acres, and 4.5 on the restaurant side. So it's basically 16 acres totally. Now this little single wide was basically rafting people, accommodations. There's one point, pretty much just a trash little single wide. Probably have to get rid of that, you know, a lot of stuff to get rid of. But this goes down into the first little area of cabins. Keep on cruising down the road here. Pretty navigable road. Wouldn't take much to spruce it back up a little bit. Just drag it a little bit.
It's got a few little spots.
Yeah. This main field here with the cabins. Nice big flat area. That's his stuff over there. Oh, that'd be one of the first pieces of the puzzles. Figure out who wants to keep this property cut, because it ain't me. But this is a nice big open field here that'd be great, you know, just in general area for people camping, more RV spots. You know, we got these little primitive shelters that I think ultimately the plan would be to keep a few of these, the better ones, intact and open for that just kind of primitive shelter camping, but turn some of these other ones into nice little tiny home style places, park a couple of Airstreams and have decks built around them, you know, and utilize that whole field as a nice camping area. And then down here we've got plenty of just primitive campsite areas too. These are cool to be down here too. Another big field down here on the river, with lots of just tent camping sites. A couple more cabins.
I'm sure, but it's...
You can see from the map it's a
lot.
It's a lot, and it bends around. We'll get out for a sec here, just to walk down over this area. And I'll have in the email again just the links to the aerial map. It's actually a storm brewing. Try to get this shot before the storm comes. Big open field down here too, just as big as that other field up top, and we've still got a ways to go down into there. Just absolutely gorgeous down here. This, you know, obviously a little bit cloudy with the storm coming up, but you know, it's dead of summer right now, in, you know, middle of July, and it's only about 85 degrees here, you know, just in the mountains. Hardly any humidity, no mosquitoes. It's just pretty awesome. River doesn't run too hard right here. Got some little beachy areas. Someone had them a little float. This kind of bends around when you look at the overhead view, bends around to where you get to then the rock faces right on the other side. So it's just a nice big stretch of the river right here. Just absolutely gorgeous. nice, huh? So anyway, pretty big. Let's drive back in that other area and we'll wrap it up. It's a lot of space. Just on this side alone, got another little cabin over there. I mean, you got a good 7 or 8 tent camping sites just on this side. You could do about 12. You can do 3 or 4 of the primitive shelters. Do about another 8, maybe 4 or 5 RV hookups, and then 4 or 5 tiny house cabins and Airstreams already sitting there ready for people to rent out. I'd maybe keep these primitive shelters down here going. Some other little tent camping spaces here. I think we got, with what you're about to see, 2. We got probably 20 tent camping sites. Wouldn't you think? There's at least 20 good tent camping sites here.
Yeah, I'd say a good 20.
Easy.
And you could have more. I mean, there's because
Yeah.
basically anywhere you find a good spot and put you a little group of rocks for a fire pit, you've got a spot.
Yeah.
But
This is a floodplain. You can't build anything on it.
Well, you wouldn't want to.
I like your idea about the Airstreams though.
Some of the smaller ones, you know,
Mm-hmm.
put a deck around them.
Or you could put them on a deck.
Yeah, well, they'd be permanent things. They would just look like campers.
Mm-hmm.
You could even build on screen porches and shit,
Oh yeah.
you know.
And it's still mobile.
Yeah.
So you don't have a septic system, you don't have power. I mean, so as far as you're not actually building, you're just parking.
Yeah. We can measure it out from the aerial map. It's a lot. Because it does a big curve, horseshoe curve, around to then get back in front of the restaurant. Yeah, you can see
on
it.
my courthouse retrieval on my computer, I can click
Yeah.
and drag and give you the road, river
So
front.
that's all the campground area right
Yeah.
there. There's the cemetery.
Yeah.
And that's basically where we're at right now. And then that goes around, and then there's the restaurant looking at the rock face right there. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the campground tract, and then over here's the restaurant tract.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's what there's. I'd say that this overgrown land is as big as what we've already driven through just looking at this campground stuff.
Now, I was telling Donna that when I took a picture of the restaurant, it was from here. I walked on out here to the
Yeah.
all the way out and took my photo from there. Now it's grown up a little bit since then. Since March.
Yeah, it's grown up. But all this stuff, I mean, these are all the old original tent camping sites. So I mean, there's probably 15 or 20 of these sites down here, really, that all, and they go up to the river.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably little beachy areas and stuff down there.
Here's one, here's another one. That was Pebble Beach, log out, and you got another cabin. Another spot there.
Man, I bet you really walked it out and thought it out. You'd get at least 20, 25 good
Oh, at least.
good tent
I'd
camping
say you get
spaces.
more, yeah, probably. It's going how close together you put them. How
Yeah.
much space you get.
Well, you'd want
30 or 40, but you don't want to pack too much.
You'd want to have some that are, you know, hey, this is river access camping,
Mhm.
very private. You don't see your neighbor when you're at your tent site.
And if you had some paths here and there, you just get somebody just to open it up.
Yeah.
Make a little path so if you're camping way up here, you can walk down to the river instead of walking all the way back up the road.
Yeah. And I know we can't drive it now because it's grown up, but this road goes all the way.
And we
Dude.
can walk on out if you want to.
No, I think we get the idea. But it goes all the way to the front of the restaurant. Yeah, you can just see it through there where the river's at. Yeah. So, and all this, everything we just drove by being on the river, I mean, there's got to be plenty of awesome little spots to have a chair sitting down there, chilling.
Yeah, about 8 or 10 Mexicans one day with a bunch of weed eaters, and it's amazing how much better this place
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
And I mean that complimentary. Those guys work really hard.
Oh,
They really do.
I've got a good guy in Johnson City that runs. He's a Mexican, or he's from Venezuela.
Man, they work hard.
Yeah, he knocks it out. Shows up too.
Yeah, they show up and they work and they don't take a break every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sad truth about it. It's hard to find anybody else to do hard, get up at 7 in the morning like that anymore. Well, I think that shows everything you need to see about the campground side of things. So I'll stop that now. But pretty awesome.